Well, hello good people and welcome back to the channel. It's a wonderful Sunday and Own finally decided to drop a new episode of Family or Fiancé. So over the course of this video, I'll be sharing my thoughts and feelings on episode 4 of season 3's Family or Fiancé, which shines its spotlight on the couple Jackie and Zuri. So sit back, buckle up, and let's jump into things. Now, one of my first observations when watching this episode is that we as the audience get to see the couple Jackie and Zuri as they prepare to leave their home from New York to travel to where the show is produced, which is Los Angeles. And I'm not sure if this slight tweak to the opening of the show was needed, but it is what it is. We then get introduced to Jackie and Zuri. You see, good people, Jackie and Zuri met on a dating app. They then linked up at a nice fancy restaurant like Olive Garden, and Zuri was immediately infatuated with Jackie's personality. It also didn't hurt that Zuri's eyes were locked on Jackie's booty, which Jackie said looked like two hams stuffed in the back of Jackie's dress. Okay, I might be paraphrasing that a little bit, but the point is that Zuri felt that she hit the jackpot and there was love at first sight. Now, during their introduction, Jackie also mentions that she likes that Zuri is patient with her because she is, quote, a lot. And I believe that this admission will play a key part in my assessment of the episode going forward. Zuri also shares that she has an issue with Jackie's brother and sister-in-law because she feels that Jackie gets taken advantage of. When the couples go to meet Tracy, they tell Tracy that they love each other, that they're confident in their relationship, and that they are living together. Jackie also explains the story behind how her brother and sister-in-law kicked her out of their apartment. Now, during this part of the episode, I'm thinking to myself, if this story is 100% true, then it's pretty messed up, and Jackie has every right to be angry with her sister-in-law. But I also wanted to see what the sister-in-law had to say about the matter. So for this show, Jackie invites her brother, sister-in-law, and mother on the platform, while Zuri invites her mother, sister, and friend. Zuri admits that their families are on two opposite sides of the spectrum, and this is pretty apparent right off the bat. When Zuri's family arrives on the show, the mother opens the door to the mansion without even ringing the doorbell first, kind of like she owned the joint, and the rest of the family walked right in behind her. Whereas when Jackie's people rang the doorbell, they waited for somebody to come and greet them. Now that's one heck of a first impression. But when everybody sits down for the initial meeting, the families have a chance to share their concerns. Jackie's people want to make sure that Jackie and Zuri are happy, that they understand what comes with marriage, and that they can be financially secure. When Zuri's family gets a chance to share their concerns, they share that they want to get to know Jackie's family, that they want Jackie's family to be more supportive of them, and that they want the couple to improve their living situation. But Zuri's mother ultimately shares that she doesn't feel that they are ready for marriage. And in my opinion, it takes a lot of courage to tell the truth on that kind of stage. Now, before the families break out into their two groups, we see a showdown between Jackie and her sister-in-law. And to sum it all up, they are arguing over the apartment situation, and the way the scene is edited, it prevented me from gaining a simplistic understanding of what's behind the root of the issue. But Jackie becomes very emotional during this discussion and needed to be escorted out of the house by Zuri, while the sister-in-law was just sitting at the table and she was unbothered by the entire situation. So at this point in the episode, I have to wonder, is this what Jackie meant by her being a lot to deal with? Jackie and Zuri then meet with each other's families to answer any questions that they have. And after those scenes, we get to the infamous dinner scene. Just know that a lot went on, but tensions finally came to a head. Jackie threw a fork at her sister-in-law, and all hope for any kind of reconciliation was lost. I think that the best part of this episode was when the trauma therapist came to speak to Jackie and her family. In this scene, we learned that Jackie was molested as a child, and it had an impact on how she handles conflict with her family and sister-in-law. I liked how supportive Jackie's mother was, but I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see more interaction with Jackie and her brother during the scene. He shows up, Jackie tells him that she wants to be able to talk to him about anything, he acknowledges it, and that's all we get from them. Later on in the episode, we see that Jackie and her sister-in-law have a one-on-one, and there seems to be some healing between the two of them from that. At the final meeting, everyone comes together, and everyone except Zuri's sister gives their blessing for marriage. Zuri's sister was the one holdout because her concerns of Jackie and Zuri addressing their issues with financial security were never addressed. And this was a fair point to make because statistics show that one of the top reasons for divorce is over money. But at the end of the episode, we learn that the issues with Jackie and her sister-in-law have gotten worse, and Jackie and Zuri are planning a path to becoming homeowners and getting married. But overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give this episode a 5. In my opinion, it was one of the best episodes for Family or Fiancé this season thus far. The couple came on the show with legitimate issues. Some of these issues were on the pathway towards being resolved, and although Jackie and Zuri are moving forward with a plan to get married, they are at least trying to fix the issues at hand before going through with the wedding. While all that was nice, I did have some issues with the episode. For one, the episode was 95% about Jackie and her issues with her brother and sister-in-law. We spent nearly no time talking about the couple's financial issues or how they plan to overcome them. I also wasn't a huge fan of the choppy editing throughout the episode. One moment, we would see the start of progress being made between the family members, and then the next moment, the scene abruptly ends. But those are my thoughts, and this marks the end of my review. If you have any questions or comments about the review or the episode, feel free to leave them below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to every comment. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.